What's going on, y'all? I'm about to show y'all how we made $4,300 in only 2 days driving a non-CDL box truck with a driver's license only. This video right here is going to be a full breakdown. We would have had $6,950 in 2 days, but our truck broke down. I wasn't able to get to that last pickup, so I had to get one of my other trucks to pick up that 2650 load. I'm also going to show you how you can learn, and I'm gonna put you on some game. All I ask is share, comment. It helps the algorithm put your people on this free game, and that's it. Let's get to it. Also, they banned me on Instagram Live once I started doing live dispatching. I was giving out too much free game. People didn't like that, so now I'm going to be going live on Twitch. Box Truck Ant, follow me on Twitch. We're also active every day in the Discord. Bunch of like-minded individuals. We're all leveling up together. To join, hit the WAP link in my bio, sign up, download Discord, and you're in. Mentorship is back open too. Tap in. All right, y'all, so we started it off with a $3,000 load. It was only one pallet, and that was going from Philadelphia, PA to Urban, Texas. That right there put us at around $1.95 a mile. We still had a full truck available, so we booked a $1,300 load from Mechanicsburg, PA, going to Oklahoma. Mechanicsburg, PA was close to the Philadelphia pickup, and then the Oklahoma drop-off was on the way to Texas. So that right there put us at $4,300. Both these loads were booked off the DAT load board. It took us only probably about an hour and a half to book both of these loads. Now, after we picked up the Mechanicsburg, PA load to Oklahoma, we still had half a truck on one side and we still had 22 feet on the other side of the truck. So you already know we're going to try to throw some more money with that. That's when I booked a load in Millsboro, Delaware for $26.50 to put us at $69.50 going down to Oklahoma City. Delaware was slightly out the way, probably about like an hour and a half, 2 hours. And then Oklahoma was also on the way. Now, we couldn't get that Oklahoma load. The reason being our truck had broke down, so we weren't going to make that 8 a.m. pickup. The truck was jumping. Come to find out, we needed to get a TCM in the truck. That's a transmission computer. That costed around $3,600. I had to put the truck in the shop immediately after these drop-offs, so I didn't have time to go throw more loads on. It wasn't about the money at that point, and also I wanted to get my driver back home for July 4th. So this was one of them situations where I kind of had to put the money to the side. Yeah, if I would have got that $26.50, that would have been all profit because that was just another load thrown on the truck. But I had a driver that I promised I was going to get home for July 4th. We had an 8 a.m. pickup that we weren't going to make, and then the truck started jumping. So I didn't want to waste no extra time trying to get extra money. Instead, I just told him, head down there, clear the codes on the truck, and then we're going to get that right in the shop. Come to find out, it was a TCM that costed around $3,600. And then I was due for my annual inspection, which costed me around another $2,500 because I had to get the brakes rotated. I had to get new back tires. So all 4 tires were around $2,000. Now, when you get retreads, which are cheaper used tires, which they will tell you they're new, they cost a little bit cheaper, but we paid the extra to get brand new tires that weren't used and weren't retread. Never get retread tires, y'all. So we still had over $2 a mile going down to Texas. I was able to get my guy home. You want to keep your driver happy. And then at the same time, I was able to get the truck fixed. Now, I'm not worried about the $6,000 in maintenance I just had to pay for. The reason being is because I just got about 90,000 miles worth of profit that I was doing damn near over $2 a mile every load. Some loads $3, some loads $4 a mile. So for example, I got 90,000 miles where I didn't have no breakdowns. I took care of my truck, so a breakdown was expected. Say I averaged out at least $2 a mile off of them 90,000 miles, that's 180K, and say I put 10 to 15%, maybe 20% to the side for maintenance. That's at least 18K that was put to the side. Out of that 18K, I only had to do a few oil changes. Every 15,000 miles, oil change, $300 to $500, boom. Fuel filter, engine filter, cabin filter, $300 to $500. every 15,000 miles, so I probably only spent about 2,500 of that on oil changes. I don't wait till 25,000 miles to do my oil change. I do mine every 10 to 15,000 miles. So I probably spent around 3,000 out that 18 in oil changes. So this 6K that I just had to spend in problems, I still got way over $9,000 in the maintenance stash. Now keep in mind, today is July 15th. These loads are from July 4th. Now we're back on the road. So for example, today we booked a $2,600 load from Texas to New Hampshire. Then we booked a $2,200 load from Texas to PA. Then we had another load for $2,500 going to Rhode Island. That load canceled on us, so that would have put us at $7,300, and that would have put us at $4 a mile from Texas up to New Hampshire with all the deadhead included. If they're not including the deadhead miles, that's not the real rate per mile. That $2,500 canceled on us. We had to get going because we're driving on ELD, so I wound up booking ahead out of Memphis because my driver has to go through Memphis, and we wound up booking a $2,000 load going from Memphis to PA. Matter of fact, it was $2,050. That's going to be another video. I'm gonna show proof to all that, but this is just an example that we came right back and did 2,600 plus 2,200. That's 48 plus 2050. So what? 6850. You get what I'm saying? After driver, after fuel, you're profiting at least $4,500. At least. You get what I'm saying? Put 10% of that to the maintenance. Out of that, $6,850, put $680. You know, insurance is a monthly expense. This is just one run that's going to take 3 days. We still got 27 more days. Insurance is a monthly expense. We still got the whole rest of the month. Truck paid off. If you rent, that's a weekly or a monthly expense. Remember, this is just one load. We're going to get another load. We're shooting for probably $11,000-$12,000 a week. We already got $6,850 in the truck. Now this is just an example. So I wasn't tripping when we weren't able to get that $6,950 coming down, because like I said, you got to keep your driver happy. You got to make sure your truck is good. You got to keep everybody happy. Yeah, we're trying to make money, but you got to keep your driver happy. You got to make sure the truck is good. It's just like that. It's not always about the money. And then what happens? We come right back after all them breakdowns. He took a week off. We come back and do $6,850. You get what I'm saying? And no, it's not always going to be like that. Like sometimes we might only do 2,000 in 2 days. Sometimes we might do 4,000 in 2 days. Sometimes we might do 6,000 in 2.5 days. It's going to be different every time, but we definitely killed it on this load. We killed it on this $4,300 load. Would have had $6,950. So then I had to recover, and then I had to get one of my other trucks to pick up that load. And then it put me in a hard place because it was the day before July 4th. We had to get that load. Most of the brokers aren't in office because, you know, most brokers work in the building 9 to 5. It's more brokers that work in the office than at home. So it was still money coming out, just not what I wanted. So then we winded up having to settle on the other truck with that $2,650, and then we had to throw a $900 partial with it. And then my guy also wanted to spend July 4th too home, so we couldn't go as hard as we wanted to go, but we still had over $2 a mile on that truck, because with that $3,650, I'm gonna show you all the proof right here. All right, so we had to recover. On my other truck, we got this $2,650. Here goes the picture of the freight. That was a decent load by itself, but we still had plenty of space. And then we picked up a $900 2-pallet load going from Dover, Delaware to the Tinker Air Force Base, Oklahoma, which is also in Oklahoma City. So we winded up killing this load too, doing way over our $2 a mile. It was probably about 1,300 miles total, and we had $3,650. We wanted to get more money on the truck, but like I said, my homie wanted to get home for July 4th. You gotta make sure the drivers are happy. So y'all see how important broker relationships are to me. I wasn't going to cancel that $2,650. That would have put us at $6,950 off of that $4,300. That $2,650 on top of that $4,300 would have put us at $6,950. I'm not about to cancel with a broker. I'm just going to recover. I'm going to get one of my other trucks, or I'm going to call a partner up. You want this money? Boom. Through 900 with it. $3,550. Over $2.50 a mile. Boom. And if my guy didn't want to go home for July 4th, we'd have did over $3.50 a mile. Now, all of these loads were paid out the next day. Soon as we drop this freight off, if it's before 12 o'clock, we get paid out the following day. If it's after 12 o'clock, it might take an extra day to process. Sometimes they'll still process it the same day. Now, if we want to get paid out instantly we just pay an extra $25 fee on top of our percentage that they charge us. And we use factoring companies to get paid out the same day. All of these loads were booked off the DAT load board. It took probably a total of 4 to 5 hours to book all these loads, because remember, I had to recover. I had breakdowns that I was dealing with, which is part of the game, y'all. You gotta stay 10 steps ahead. The way to stay 10 steps ahead is to keep scanners in your truck to avoid the mobile mechanics, to keep a NOCO battery starter just in case your battery goes out. Make sure you put at least 10% to the side for your maintenance, so that way you're prepared. And those are the ways to stay 10 steps ahead. You get what I'm saying? The problem is a lot of people make a maintenance stash and then they wind up going to use it on other things. No, you gotta remember, that's just for maintenance. Don't look at that money like it's money. That's for the truck, so that way your truck is always good. You gotta stay 10 steps ahead. I don't care if that maintenance stash gets to 10, 20, 30,000. If you're still holding on to that truck, do not touch that maintenance stash. Now, when you sell that truck and you're done with it, that maintenance stash is all profit. But till then, you gotta stay 10 steps ahead. I promise you, if you take my advice, you're gonna be good. If you don't listen, you're gonna be like them people that's always commenting under my stuff, hating, "Ant, you lying, Ant, you ain't really doing this, Ant, da-da-da-da, you can't make this in a box truck, da-da-da-da, I fell, so how are you not failing?" Look, man, ignore the haters. Don't be like them. Learn from someone that's been through it all. I've been through all this trucking stuff. I've been through it. Go to the beginning of my journey. Started off in a rental, had a high finance. I was in when the gas prices were up. I was in when the trucks cost double. I was in and still making a way then. You get what I'm saying? Like, listen to someone that knows what they're doing. Been scammed, been through it all. Done drove through the tornadoes, done drove through the worst storms there was. Done watched trucks flip, done watched people get killed in trucks. Almost got killed myself, even got hit by a semi-truck. And then lost the case because I wound up grossing $650,000 the same year. I've been through a lot of shit in this truck and stuff, and I don't regret it at all. It changed my life, man. Period. It changed my life. And now I'm able to help others change their life. So just listen to someone that's really been through it. And this is why they try to ban me on Instagram Live and they try to report my page, and they don't want to see someone like me giving out the real game. But look, man, all these loads was booked off of DAT1. That's the main load board that I use. Now, when it comes to using load boards, you gotta know how to dispatch. You gotta know how to route plan. You know, it's crucial when only having 11 hours drive time and 3 hours of on-duty time. You know, that goes by very fast. You gotta be good with your time, and like the rates that I want going to each zone, each state, each city. I need a different rate at different times of the day. For example, what I want at 10 a.m. is not what I'm going to want at 12 p.m. And what I want at 8 a.m. is not what I'm going to want at 2 p.m. As the hours go by in the day, my game plans change. So that's why I don't really do too much dispatching videos no more, because then I'll get people that comment and say, "Oh, Ant, you're the reason that I'm stuck. And you said you go to Colorado and it's money over there in Colorado." I didn't tell you to follow my game plan. I just showed you what I was doing. That don't mean it's going to work out for you. That's why you need to get a mentor and you need to invest. And that's the problem. People will watch videos, and then when it don't work out for them, and then they'll try to blame you. People will get a truck, people will get an insurance, people will go spending money on everything, but not get a teacher, not get someone by their side to guide them. There's a lot that comes with this truck and stuff. I go everywhere. I go to California. People don't go to the West. I go to Las Vegas. I just went to Washington. We go to Arizona. I go to Florida. People don't like Florida. I go to Florida. I go everywhere. I go to everywhere people don't, and that's why I make the money that I make. Because I don't sit around scared and say, "Oh, I'm just going to go to Chicago and back." People don't even know Chicago's oversaturated. People talk so highly about Chicago, it's oversaturated. Everybody is in Chicago. Everybody wants to go to Chicago. So they'll take the cheapest rate to get there and then just sit around and then be stuck in Chicago, because they don't understand that it's oversaturated. If you don't know how to negotiate and you don't even know what you're looking at on the load board, when you call and you're playing around with it, you're going to have someone like me that takes that load right from you. You got to know what you're doing in this trucking industry. And then also you got to route plan around that ELD, because you don't want to get them big fines, them tens of thousands of dollars of fines. That's why I tell people, like, it's not about trying to sell you something. You need someone by your side to teach you, or you're just going to go out there. You're going to be losing a bunch of money that you could be profiting. You're going to lose a bunch of time that you're not going to get back. and you could have just got you a mentor and then made your return on investment back in 2 weeks. You can't beat that. Don't get better than that. Versus being like these people that go 50 to 100K in debt. I want 100K in debt my first year. When you got bills and you're just driving for gas money, sometimes not even making that gas money back, and you got these big bills piling up on you, and then you got breakdowns piling up on you, you can go in debt tens of thousands of dollars fast. That's how I went 100K in debt my first year. But the difference was I invested in 2 mentors, 2 people that were on Instagram promoting that stuff, 2 people that were on YouTube promoting that, and they were big at that time. I'm not here to expose nobody, but most people just teach you how to start your business. That's the easy part. I got a video on YouTube. I got a 3-hour video, box truck and how to start your trucking company. Type it in. That's the easy game. That's the free stuff. I made a 3-hour video on that, teaching you all that stuff. I showed you the rentals. I showed you the trucks. But you need to learn how to actually run that business. And that's why you need someone by your side day in, day out. When you break down, you need someone you can call. When you book that first load, hey, Aunt, help me finish up this partial. You get what I'm saying? Like, Aunt, how should I route plan this load? Aunt, how can I save the most money for gas on this load? Aunt, how should I go about my timing? Because, you know, Thursday's tomorrow and I'm trying to book me a nice weekend load. Aunt, which load should I drop off? I got 3 partials. Should I drop this load off first or this load? It's a lot of things you gotta learn, man. But I'm telling you, it's worth it. You just gotta invest in yourself. As simple as that. And for the people that aren't in trucking and are watching my videos for motivation, what I do is real. What I do is real. I show proof to everything. Them schedules that I show from the factoring company, I put my name at the bottom left. You can call OTR Capital and ask about me. Anthony Schultz. That's called a factoring schedule sheet. We get a factoring schedule sheet every single day from our factoring company. When we upload our loads, that's how we get paid out. That broker information, their customers' information, that's confidential. I have to blur all that out. You gotta have respect for people. You gotta respect their privacy. That's how you get sued. I don't want nothing to do with that. So I show y'all the zip codes. So if y'all want to put it together and see if that rate per mile is actually the rate per mile, you know, stuff like that. So I'll put the zip codes in there. I'll put the cities. I'll put the states. I'll put the rates. I might put a little bit other information in there, but you can't post the broker's information. You can't post their customers' information. The reason being because you'll have other brokers, like say that load that I just showed y'all for $26.50. You'll have other customers and other brokers trying to steal that customer's information and then take them from that broker. And you never know if they're going to say your name. Now all the blame gets put on you. Now your last broker don't want to work with you no more. Now they freight guard you or they report you because you posted up their information. These content creators don't realize that. Like, you got to blur that out. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I didn't see no truckers ever posting rate cons before I did. I'm just going to be real. Y'all know I was big on proof. Proof. But I always told people, don't post your broker's information. Don't post your customer's information because it's a lot that can come with that. Next thing you know, people are posting their company information. I'm telling them, don't post your company information. People are going to try to call in as your company and they're going to get you reported. Even though they can't book no loads, they'll try to book a load. They might be able to send a rate con if you're set up with that broker. But if them people can't access your email, then there's nothing that can be done. But this is why you have to cross out all that information. It's a lot of weird people out here. It's a lot of brokers that try to get over on other brokers and then get over on carriers. So for example, that $26.50 load, you have another broker that knows that this customer is giving out at least $26.50 to that broker. That broker probably got $32.50. He probably gave it to the carrier for $26.50. So me, I know if I call this customer and I tell them, look, just give it to me for $26.50, I know I'm winning. I know I'm going to get that. And that's what they do. And then they underbid and then they give that to the next carrier for $2,200. And then another carrier goes posting all that information. And then that customer goes, and then the next broker that sees that says, oh, I see they're giving it out for $2,200. Okay, I'm going to get it for $1,900 and I'm going to post it up for $1,500. And then that's why you see these freaking full truckloads for $1 a mile and a bunch of greedy brokers that get over on carriers and a bunch of customers that just want to give out the freight cheap. And that's why I don't work with greedy brokers. That's why I don't work with cheap customers. I work with people that value the truckers. I get the loads I get because not only do I know how to route plan, timing. I know all the lanes, I know all the zones. I got my timing down pat. I know my worth, most importantly. I'm not going to settle or let no broker pressure me into taking their BS load. Like, you're not going to pressure me. You're not going to pressure me into taking your cheap behind load. They'll hit you with the, oh, this is all my money in. Man, stop lying. You're not working for free. Stop lying. You're not working for free. And if you are working for free, something's wrong. You either don't know how to negotiate with that customer and you made a big mistake, or you're just straight up lying to the carrier because you really did make a bunch of money off this load and you just want to hit them with the guilt trip so they feel bad for you and then they take your load. Don't fall for it when the brokers sit there and say, oh, I'm going to have more freight and I'll probably have something coming out of Florida once you go down there. Take this load. I got you. I'm going to get you another load out of Florida. Once you drop that off, they ain't got nothing for you. Or next thing you know, they got something for you, but they double broker the load. They booked another load off another broker, and then they lowballed you again. Brokers are very shady, man. Like, for real. You got to stand your ground with them brokers. You got to know what you're talking about, or they will always get over on you. I promise you. It's a lot to learn, man. But look, if you're watching this and you're not in trucking yet and you don't have no money, I repair and I rebuild credit, and I can help you get funding to start your business. You can leverage your credit to get funding to start your business the same way I did. I started off in a rental. I started off with a loan. I used my $14,000 loan with $7,000 interest to invest in a mentor, to get my rental, to get my insurance, to get my documents, to get my pallet jacks, my straps, and all my other little equipment, and all the other little things I need in my truck. And then I never looked back. And yeah, I went through hell, but I stayed down. I said, I'm gonna figure this out. I went through a lot, but I said, I'm gonna figure this out one day. This right here is gonna change my life. And when it starts changing my life and I actually start figuring it out, then I'm gonna mentor people. Then I'm gonna give out the ebooks. And that's what I did. I did it the right way, man. Most of these people get out here 1 week later, they're not even in trucking, and they're already promoting. I'll teach you how to make $5,000 to $10,000 a week in a box truck, trying to get over on you, taking pictures in front of rental trucks, taking pictures in front of trucks they don't even own to get over on you, and they're good at marketing. You get what I'm saying? There's too many scammers out here. I showed y'all proof since day one. Proof since day one. Back when my journey was bad, I actually showed y'all that raw and uncut without selling y'all anything. You go to my first videos, I wasn't even selling you nothing. I was telling y'all I'm gonna figure this out one day. I didn't sell y'all nothing. But then these other people, they go faking they struggle. They go just making it look good the whole time and then come out the blue with this fake struggle. But they were selling courses and ebooks and mentorships and trainings and all kinds of stuff the whole time. So you was struggling the whole time, but you was selling stuff. Scammer. These people ain't figure out nothing. Most of these people are scammers, y'all, and it's not even just in trucking. It's in every industry. You got trucking, you got real estate, you got credit repair, you got the stock market. Man, all the industries. There's too many scammers that don't got it down pat. I'm in real estate right now. I don't got it down pat yet. I'm not going to sell y'all nothing. In a year, 2, 3, 4, however many years it takes me to get it down pat, then I will come to y'all with some good services. But right now, I just went through a $45,000 trial and tribulation. I just went through a $40,000 to $50,000 problem in real estate. I don't got it down pat yet. I just went through, I dealt with a bad contractor. They gave me bad service. It's not even going to make sense to take them to court because the lawyer is probably going to cost around $10,000. I got to take the L. I got to demo the BS work that he did. And then on top of it, I got to hire a new contractor and pay them $20,000 to fix the problem, the $25,000 problem that they already messed up. So I'm probably going to be $50,000 down from that project that I was doing in real estate. So I don't got it down pat. I'm learning. There's a lot of schemes and I'm learning how to see through the BS. It's scammers in every industry you're in. So I'm figuring it out right now. When I actually figure it out, I get it down pat, then I will come to y'all with the services. Stop believing everything you see. Salt looks like sugar, y'all. Stop believing everything you see, man. If they ain't showing proof, they ain't been showing that since day one, man, go ahead with all that. But look, man, trucking can change your life, and there's a solution to every financial problem. We're going to go through hell in our personal lives, right? We're going to lose people. Sometimes we're going to feel like we're losing ourselves. We're going to go through different struggles. Life hits hard sometimes. Like, I'm going through some things right now, you know, like I'm going through some, just lost my big sister, lost both my big siblings, lost damn near my whole bloodline, man. I'm going through a lot, but You gotta keep going. And I don't have a solution to every life problem, but there's solutions to every financial problem, y'all. You don't got no money, you can build your credit, and you can leverage your credit to start your business. Get a job, stay down with the job for now. Get your side hustle going, maybe do some Uber Eats, maybe do some Instacart. Stay down, go get a warehouse job. Do that while building your credit. You're gonna get a little income to get you by and build your credit for the time being. Couple months go by, leverage that credit and never look back, man. Like I'm telling you, your life could change, man. Your life could change. You just gotta put the work and you gotta listen to what I'm saying, man. But look, y'all, I ran it off. I definitely ran it off. I showed y'all proof to that 4,300. I showed y'all how we almost got 6,950, but then how I had to hit a U-turn and then put that 2,650 onto another truck, and then I threw another $900 load with that to put us at 3,550 on another truck, and then we had the 4,300 on the other truck. And then I told y'all that we had breakdowns. I kept it real with y'all. I didn't just show y'all the good. I kept it real with y'all. I said we had breakdowns. Matter of fact, here go the receipts right here. So $3,639.92, and that was for a TCM re-collaboration. Also, we got an oil change with it. Then we paid $570.73. That was for our DOT inspection. Then we had a few small things that we had to fix. We had to fix the lights, and then we had to turn the brakes. Then we had to spend $993.84 on 2 back tires. And then we had to spend another $1,013.84 on the other 2 tires. So total estimate, $3,600 plus $1,000 plus $1,000 plus $600. So $5,600, $600. So around $6,200. But like I said, we had a good run, 90,000 miles, and now we're about to get another 90,000 more because I just fixed a lot of problems on the truck. My truck gonna be good. I take good care of it. And if I have another breakdown, like I said, we still got more money in the maintenance stash. We got loads on the truck right now. Every load, we're gonna keep putting 10% to the side, and we're gonna keep building that back up. You gotta stay 10 steps ahead, man. And it's just like that. If you wanna learn, hit the link in my bio. You can book a call with me. I do consultations every day. If the time you want isn't available, just book. I'll text you shortly after, and then we can work a time out that works for you that day or the next day, whatever works for you. I'm also active every day in the Discord. Hit the WAP link in the bio. Sign up, download Discord, and you're in. Mentorship is open. We also are leasing people on to our authority. That's where you can use our authority to book loads. But you gotta have your own MC, you gotta have insurance, and you gotta have your own truck. But yes, you can book loads on our authority. Dispatch training is available. Credit restoration, I'll help you repair and rebuild your credit. That's available too. If you need financial advice, you need life advice, I know how it is, man. Like, life gets real. You need life advice, I'm gonna give you $1 billion worth of game. You hear me? I can help you change your life. You just gotta invest in yourself, man. And one thing I teach all my mentees is to value yourself and know your worth. Because when you're dead broke and when you going through it, nobody gonna help you, man. Nobody gonna help you. And if someone does, it's like a miracle. I had nobody. I've been paying grown man bills since I was 18. Lost my big brother. A month after I was 18, I was paying big grown bills. Had to drop out of school. I was struggling, didn't have help. Had to work a job, was renting room to room to room. And then I got my first apartment around 18, 19. Was paying grown man bills. Never had nobody to help me. Have never had nobody to hold my hand. And I lost a lot of homies on the way. You get what I'm saying? That slipped up one time, one wrong move, and it was their last. God bless their soul. And I stayed down and I did things the right way, and the devil would always try to get in my way, but I just kept doing things the right way. I worked. I built my credit. I hustled a little bit on the side, yeah, but I never robbed nobody, never stole from nobody, never scammed nobody. And I just kept busting my ass to get where I'm at. I never had nobody to help me, but when you get in position and when it's beneficial, now everybody's around. It's just how it is. Don't take it no type of way like I'm talking to you. Like, I'm talking with you. Like, you feel me? Like, when you are dead broke, ain't nobody gonna have your back, man. Nobody. If you got a mama that got your back or a brother or sibling, appreciate that, because I didn't have that. My dad left me young. My mom always did me wrong. My big siblings passed away. Like, life get real, man. You hear me? Like, I didn't have nobody. I had to figure this stuff out. I'm still learning. If I was some dude on the social media that looked unhealthy, that wasn't talking about no money, that sat up and just posted beers on the island, all chunky, looking unhealthy, nobody would follow me, nobody would show me love, nobody would help me. You get what I'm saying? Like, so you gotta realize when it's beneficial, everybody gonna be around, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just invest and know your worth and make sure they invest. You hear me? I don't care if they're your friends. I don't care if they're family. You get what I'm saying? Like, they gotta invest. Like, you got a clothing line. Why everybody want a free shirt, but then they'll go support Versace? They'll go support Hermes. They'll go support Louis Vuitton. They'll go support their $1,000 clothing line, but they can't support you. They want a free shirt off you because you family, but they're not getting a free $1,000 shirt off them, and then they'll try to lowball you. No, you got to know your worth. Don't get these people discounts, man. You got to know your worth, you hear me? You got to value yourself, man. You got to value your time. Why? Because you're not getting this time back. This time you watching the video, you're gaining value. I'm talking real shit. I'm putting y'all on game. Like, this is a real video. This ain't no BS, like how most of these people just be doing a bunch of BS and people just waste their time watching it. Oh, this real life, me and you. This real life right here. You get what I'm saying? It don't get realer than this. I'm really talking to you right now. Moral of the story though, you gotta value yourself, man. Most of us out here don't got nobody, and we gotta make a way. And if you do got a few genuine people by your side, you got a moms, you got a siblings, obviously don't charge them nothing. You know, they've been there with you through it all. But me, I don't got that. You get what I'm saying? You gotta value yourself, man. You gotta value your time. And look, I try to put as much free game as I can on YouTube. Like, I can make a bunch of money off of showing people how to start their business, but I got free videos all over my YouTube channel teaching you how to start your business, teaching you how to get your LLC and structure it properly, teaching you the rental game, teaching you how to buy a truck and get a truck cheap and not make the same mistakes I made that costing me tens of thousands of dollars. Trials and tribulations that I can sell you. I could sell you because I went through hell and I lost tens of thousands of dollars to learn this game. But instead I give all that game out free, but dispatching and actually running your business and making the money day in, day out, and your time and your route planning every day going to be different. That's mentorship. That's like everyday me locking in with you. I used to put out videos like live dispatching and stuff like that. Not only did it get me banned on Instagram Live, I started getting way more haters because people will try to do exactly what I do and then they're blaming me. And then like, what, am I supposed to feel bad for somebody because they are making mistakes that I told them not to make? These people will go out booking loads to the same places that I went, and I'll tell them, do not copy what I'm doing because I'm very strategic with this. I'm doing what I'm doing at that exact moment for a reason. You get what I'm saying? Like, but if I can make an hour video or a 2-hour video that has all that game in it, I'ma drop it. I'ma upload it to y'all for free. Cause I wanna see y'all win. It's not always about the money. I wanna change lives. But when it comes to taking your time day in, day out, every single day, you gotta mentor these people. You gotta get some kind of value. Grant Cardone charges around $100,000 for his mentorship. I see the value in it. I'ma get that. He teaches you how to 10x your money. If I could get mentorship from somebody, I'd tap in with Dave Ramsey. I don't know how much he charges, but it's probably tens of thousands of dollars. These are valuable people. These are people that came from nothing and worked their way up. You gotta value them. You gotta pay their price. You get what I'm saying? If they gave everything in the world to people for free and gave their time to everyone in free, they be dead from stress. You get what I'm saying? They be dead and poor. Because if you gave everything out for free, how are you gonna pay your bills? How are you gonna take care of your family? Like, this is a job right here. Making this content, this is a job. Giving out this game for free right now, but this is a job right here, y'all. So you gotta value yourself. When it comes to trucking, this is your job. You get what I'm saying? You're not about to haul a load for free. Or drive to the store or drop a family member off for free. You go to the grocery store, you gotta pay. You go to the clothing store, you gotta pay. You go to the cologne store, you gotta pay. You go to the perfume store, you go to the underwear store, you go to the Apple store, you have to pay. So that when people see people like me and you, they try to degrade us and not value us. If you want to be valued, you have to value yourself. If you want to be respected, you have to respect yourself. You get what I'm saying? People will never value you if you don't value yourself. People will never respect you if you don't respect yourself. They won't love you if you don't love yourself. It's really how it goes. But look, man, I done put y'all on a lot of game. All I ask is comment. That helps the algorithm. Share, put your people on this game, like, all that good stuff. I'm gonna keep dropping videos. Comment what you want me to do a video on next. If you want direct access to me, like I said, I'm in the Discord every day. You can book a call. You can get me as a mentor. But I do have to get on a call with you first before you get mentorship. Before people make that purchase, I always make sure I get on the phone with them and I give them the real. And I don't just lock in with anybody. If you're a procrastinator, if you're gonna make excuses, if you're not gonna listen to the advice I'm giving you, I don't want your money. I'm not gonna lock in with you. I can promise you that right now. So if you're a procrastinator, don't even bother booking a call, you know. But look, man, I just wanna say I appreciate all the support. I love you all. God bless you all. Whatever you're going through, keep your head up. You got this. This is only the beginning. The best is yet to come. God bless you all.